Welcome back. Thanks for joining me. This is the 7th of January 1942 in the Wirraway versus Heclapar play-by-mail game. We don't have any major operations going on this turn. Oh, sorry, I do. Um, I actually have a pretty significant naval operation going on off the north of Java. So my destroyer screen goes in, first of two task forces to clear out his patrol craft regarding his port. Second destroyer task force, he had two task forces in the Hex. Looks like his minesweepers are trying to run away. Just fine. Now the battleship should arrive during the day phase. It was a small World War I era destroyer. It looks like it hit a mine that he recently placed in the Sunda Straits. I've got fast transports, task forces showing lots of activity in the Gilberts. If you've been following the game, this has a dual purpose. I need to grab these bases, but also is intended to draw his attention east instead of west into Senpak instead of South SOPAC or Southwest PAC. Argonaut operating off Wake. Sink an empty transport. She was leaving Wake after dropping off reinforcements. I-123 is submarine on submarine combat. She misses. Sturgeon chasing after destroyers. Sturgeon might need yard time. I'm guessing she will. Air support. He's trying to take what's left of his bases. This, I'll come back to that thought. So here, Betty's are just continuing to soften up his units at Surabaha, preparing for the final assault on Surabaha. Again, we want as many engineering squads disabled as possible before the base falls. So here I'm attacking into his tactical depth, his reinforcements. Oscars were supposed to sweep ahead of the bombers, but didn't. He could have jumped in fighters, and they probably would have been long-range capping his forward units, so I thought the risk was low. Lost a sally to flak that is unusual in China, but I was down low. What did they go after? So this is the 14th Chinese Corps. I'm not familiar with that unit. Central Reserve and the 3rd Cavalry Corps. That's what's there. We'll get the intelligence section on that, figuring out how much combat power they're likely to have. Airfield suppression as we near the end game at Singapore. So this is air support along with Nels for my 1 battalion trying to take Tavoy. That's the thought I left incomplete earlier. Sonya's just trying to keep him from moving out of the way of my units that are mopping up these stragglers. Few Oscars belatedly show up. More Sallies. Getting the Cavalry Corps. And 20,000 feet this turn. I vary the altitudes because he likes to tailor his cap to 1,000 to 2,000 feet above my strikes. So, oh, this will be ugly. So the Dutch go after my task force as I'd hoped, and there's a heavy cap of Navy fighters that should be a very significant slaughter. We'll go ahead and some got through, but their strike package would have been badly disrupted. Yep. This may be the end of the Dutch Air Force. This time the Warhawks are going to be outnumbered going after my shipping. And the P-35s run into the cap this time. Now the sweep show up. Afternoon phase. So far, it's been very, very one-sided. It's good. And not unexpected at this phase of the war. Feel sorry for these bombers. Ah, I go after some transports that don't have cap. These are empty transports, but should have been cap over Osthaven. I moved fighters there. It's not that these ships are particularly valuable, but I had planned for that, and must have screwed up the cap set. Yeah, the battleships come in. Daylight phase. Nice. Of course, these are generally very exaggerated, but you can see it was indeed his transports over there. That will, with the air losses, that should be the end of the Dutch Air Force, essentially. Only a few demoralized remnants left. Okay, good. They retreated across the river. Interesting. Mixed brigade routing a base force at Eva. Gavinato on. So our last preparatory steps before the move on Manila. We were up to almost 2,700 AV now. Just waiting on one battalion to reform a division. Let's see if the 141st Battalion, 143rd can take Tavoy. Nope. Ooh. Yeah. Really struggled. Oh, he's low supply. Clearing the rail line. Australians still not yet ready to completely give up. Typical bombardment attacks. Okay. Okay. Take a look. 79 Allied losses today to 8 in the air. Most of them the Dutch version of the B-10. Good number of lodestars reported destroyed, which is good. Some B-40Bs. And they use those Jakes at a rate that's not entirely sustainable. A very good outcome of that operation. No significant changes other than the points in the air. Raycon says the airfield is closed, except for cap operations, with still a pretty significant number of transport aircraft and patrol aircraft there. But again, the timing worked out. The destroyers did their job, battleships did their job. All good. Check out the progress of, yeah, so 2 turns away. Not sure why he's out of supply. He's not. He is a good bit disrupted though, so he'll have to wait. Some transports to move Sasebo first SNLF. We're going to take this base, and then eventually, after Singapore falls, we'll take Badan with the SNLF. To China. Yeah, we've got our repeat retreat path open for these remnants. Yeah, he'll be there this turn, so we'll drive them into the hills. have to switch to combat mode for our bridgehead. So we're 2 turns from our bridgehead. Looks like he's got some other units here. These were remnants of the fighting down towards Wenchao, and some units that are probably still almost full strength. His attack is taking too long to develop. And we're now ready to move on Manila and advance on Clark from the north. So that's good. We will reform this division. Sixteenth isn't full strength. Didn't start off full strength, and it lost battalion's worth of infantry and landings due to the Marbleheads intervention, as I recall. The transports are ready to do pickup and onward movement, and we still haven't been sighted. Wow. Still haven't been sighted off Johnson Island. Well, that deception plan may 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 go to complete have been a completely wasted effort. We'll see if this activity draws any of his attention as we begin our final moves for the Coral Sea and the Solomons. Okay. Well, thanks as always for joining. Next few turns and even the week ahead in the game time should be exciting. So look forward to our next chance chat.